Hi everyone. Excuse me. Welcome back to the channel and thank you for being here. I'm Ava and this is Mystical Mediumship. I want to thank everyone for helping me get to 25,000 subscribers. I'm extremely grateful. I have so much gratitude and love for all of you. I am doing an opportunity for anyone to win a free personal 30-minute reading. It's your choice. If you want a channeled message, a love reading, life purpose, intuition, your choice. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and write the word guidance in the video below if you're watching this video or any video posted after February 25th. And then on March 12th, I will announce the winner and I will give them 3 days. And if they don't respond, I'll pick another winner randomly. If they don't respond, I'll pick another winner randomly. And so I'll give a quick turnaround. And then if 2 people end up responding, then you both win. I like to be able to make sure everyone gets an opportunity, but if both end up responding, that's fine with me too. I'll make it recorded and then that way, it doesn't matter where you live in the world, you can get your reading. But I wanted to make that out for anyone because I want to say thank you. I made a little short. It was my first short video ever. I didn't know how to do shorts, to be honest with you. Posted that too, so you guys can watch that as well if you're interested. So I've been seeing this trend lately about a lot of things people are saying on social media and conversations I've been having, like, basically is, who is God? And I thought that'd be kind of an interesting topic to explore. I don't think I can answer it all because, who knows it all, honestly, other than God, maybe, or the universe. But I thought it'd be kind of fun in trying to do a channeled message. People seem to enjoy them. I actually like doing them. And I thought tapping in to a channeled message with my guides, my angels, my ascended masters, or the collective consciousness, whoever wants to come through, I welcome. And I do my own prayers and meditation ahead of time. So that's private for me, but I welcome them with obviously the highest intention. But I know that there's signs that I don't think everyone realizes that we're actually much closer to the divine, God, universe, spirit, what your definition is, than people realize. So I thought it'd be an interesting topic to address here on the channel. I'm going to use this really beautiful bracelet from Otter Sprit intentionally. I'm going to use this one. It's called Celestilite. And I am open to receiving divine guidance because I want to tap into that divine guidance related to God. And I really believe that the divine is always around us. When I say the divine, I mean God, angels, spirit guides, ascended masters. Like, the universe is always there. And it taps into our intuition. And you can see how beautiful this bracelet is. As you know, I wear both the small ones and the large ones. Obviously, I have my clear quartz on, my moonstone, which is grace, the iolite, which we know was really powerful when I did that channel, the rose quartz, again, the mini moonstone, but the celestilite is really beautiful because it really taps into that divine realm, that angelic realm, that a really higher celestial realm. And so I thought it'd be really, it's just so pretty, but I thought it'd be really nice to use one that's intentionally tapping into that divine realm. So I'll put it on, and so you can see it doesn't matter how you stack them, they're all really pretty. I'm being told hold it. Sometimes for me when I hold it helps a lot more for a channel message. So again, for these beautiful bracelets from Otter Spirit, if you want to meditate and try to get connection, sometimes holding them can help, and or wearing them. I know it changes my energy when I wear them, but some of these are really powerful, like you saw with the Phoenix turquoise, like you've seen with the iolite. But sometimes I'll get the you need to hold this. So I'm being told to actually hold it. So that's what I'll do. And we'll discuss God and how close we really are to the divine, and really, I know we don't recognize it. I'm just, so for me, for those of you who are interested in this process, I just kind of have to center myself, and I can actually feel like the chakras line up, and I can literally feel the energy go straight up through my crown chakra. And when you really see me channeling, it's like I'm in the back of my head, and I have to actually rewatch the videos because I only know little bits and pieces of what I say, and I allow them to come through and deliver the message. God has been a topic that has been debated for centuries, since the beginning of mankind. It's not a simple question to answer, but we will try to break it down in a simple way for the human brain to comprehend. Your soul actually already knows the answer. That's what makes us smile. Because if you seek within inside yourselves, you actually are already connected, because you are part of God. And that is where many of you get lost when you come down to earth. God created you, and God is part of you, and God will always be part of you and part of your souls. As you know, your souls live forever, and therefore you live forever as part of God, and you are directly God. God has always existed, and your souls have always existed. So, in simple terms, you are a piece of God, and you are God. So you have a direct line of communication to God anytime you want. That is why we don't understand why humans have such a difficult concept grasping their head around this concept of God and the connection that they have, because they have seen miracles happen even in modern times. It wasn't only way back when in these biblical stories that they've been told, or in other stories that have been told way back when that were interesting times. Miracles happen every day to countless people all around the planet. And if you think about it, miracles have probably happened to you. When we talk about miracles, it's that traffic accident that would have completely destroyed your car and probably have ended your life. But somehow, you magically diverted it. You didn't divert it. The divine intervened. When we say the divine, we mean all of us. Angels, guides, ascended masters, spiritual beings here on earth to help your soul as you experience your journey here on earth, because your purpose wasn't done yet. So to comprehend more, you encounter the divine and God throughout your life. If you sit and reflect on unique experiences you may have encountered and said, that never should have happened. Maybe you were offered a job that required certain educational requirements that you did not meet, but for some reason, they hired you. The divine intervened. These are simple examples we are providing for you to try to wrap your brain around. Because if we really wanted to get technical and talk about God and the universe and the divine and everything that we do, it's very complex and very deep and not necessary for this first introduction at this point in time. But every time you say, I am, and that's why you hear her frequently say, I am on this channel, or when she gives you affirmations, she says, I am. The moment you say, I am, you trigger God's source energy. That's why it's so important. That's why you hear other people say, I am. When you say, I am, you are triggering that part of your soul which God created, and you're directly connecting yourself to that God energy within you. And you're directly calling God right to you, or the divine right to you. And in doing so, you are amplifying what you are saying. So you have to be careful with your words. If you say, I am harmony, I am grace, I am love, I am generous, I am always, I am spiritual. Those are good and positive words about yourself. And you are amplifying those words about yourself because you are connecting yourself directly to God, universe, all of expansion that has always existed, will always exist, and continues to exist and grow and strengthen. If you use words like, I am unworthy, I am useless, I am never going to achieve anything in life, you again are amplifying those words by directly linking yourself to God's source energy. And what are you doing? Amplifying that type of energy for yourself. So two things happen when that occurs, depending on what you're saying. If you continue to start to say, I am depressed, I'm lonely, I am worthless, my life isn't worth living. If you continue to keep saying those things all the time and amplifying that, it sets off alarm bells for the divine. And then they are very concerned and they will start to intervene, knowing someone is in a crisis state. So people will start to intervene in your life you would not expect. People will start reaching out to you that you may not have heard from. People will come into your life that maybe you've never connected with before, that will start to befriend you. Maybe a boss at work or a colleague will say, hey, how are you doing? Do you want to go out for lunch today? We haven't met up for lunch for a while. People will start to intervene. The divine are intervening because they are worried about you and your well-being. And they want you to know you are loved. So it sets off one alarm bell of, we need to intervene quickly. We're worried about this soul. The other thing it does is it sets off an alarm depending on what words you're using. I am unworthy. I don't deserve love. I'll always stay in debt. I don't believe. I don't have faith. I don't deserve these things. If you keep saying, I don't deserve more money, I don't deserve a raise, I don't deserve to go any further in my career, I don't really need an education, I don't deserve that, I'm worthless. If you do those things, it sets off a different thing because again, when you keep saying, I am unworthy of, I am unworthy of more money, I am unworthy of an education, I am unworthy of living in a safe place, I am unworthy of having food every day. When you keep directing yourself up to God's source energy, you're amplifying that. And by doing that, you're also amplifying that energy of, okay, you're telling us that you don't need this. That is okay. We will always be here for you. We love you unconditionally. Let us know when you want help, when you want us to intervene, because you're saying you feel you don't need any of this or you don't want it. That's okay. We will respect your wishes always. But you are amplifying a lot every time you use the word I am. You immediately activate your soul to God. So it is so important to be careful with your words when you say I am. Because you're immediately, it's like picking up a cell phone and calling God. You are immediately calling God, calling the universe, calling all of the spiritual realm and saying, I am wonderful. I am happy. I am joyful. I'm excited. I am having a difficult day today, and I am happy to have some help. And that's okay. We will show up. Not every day is easy on earth. Not every day is easy as a human. Some months are really bad. Some years are difficult, and we understand that. But if you ask for help, we show up. And that's how you see the divine. Random people come into your lives for no reason, and you can't explain it. You meet a stranger, you interview for a job, and all of a sudden, this nice person on the interview is helping you through the process and you don't know why. Or you're trying really hard to find a job because you really need income. And out of nowhere, somebody you met once in life calls you and has a great job opportunity for you. Or your resume just stood out to them on the internet somehow. That is us helping you, connecting you through people. Everything doesn't happen by happenstance. It is through us working through other souls and other people helping you. Your child is really sick and you really need help in medication. You don't know what to do. And you're crying outside the doctor's office or the pharmacy and you don't know what you're going to do to how to pay the bill. And a person goes in and magically pays for the medication for you. That's where you see the divine. That's how we show up in your lives. Or somebody randomly pays for your groceries because you set some food aside because you can't afford it all. And someone else says, oh, I've got that. That's the divine. That's how we work in your lives. Yes, there's miracles every day, like we said. There's more than 1 or 2 miracles a day. There's countless. So really reflect on your life and think about the things you've seen or the people who've come into your life and have done things that you never would have expected. And think, how did that happen? That's from God. That's the divine. That's us working with God to help you on your journey. Because you're here for a reason. And if you're here for a reason, you're here to do special things. You're here to achieve things. You're not here just to try to get by. You're here with a life purpose. And so we want to help you achieve that life purpose if you want us to help you. And those of you that ask, we show up and help. We show up in different ways all the time, in unexpected ways. So we ask that you stop and reflect and think about the unique ways you've seen things in your life over the last 5 years. We're not saying you haven't had hardships, you haven't had loss, you haven't had pain. But what are these unique things that have shown up, that have surprised you, that you would never have expected? That for you came out of nowhere. For us, it was us, the divine, working with God to help you and the way you needed help in that moment, in that time. That's what we ask of you. And that's who God is. God is in you. You are part of God. Every person on earth is part of God. She is part of God. Those of us that are ascended masters, we're part of God. So we live many lives on earth. Everybody is a part of God. God created everything, and we are all connected through that. So, now, those of us that are in this spiritual realm, living in this more divine side, if you will, work together to help all of you on your journey. When you ask, we don't intervene unless you ask, because that's not our job. But we love all of you as much as God does, or the universe. They're almost interchangeable. They both go hand in hand. We hope this message helps answer a simple part of your question, because it's a very complex question, and we could get very deep and go very deep and very complex for you. We feel this is probably enough for you right now. Thank you for your time. We're done talking. So I hope that helps. Actually, it's kind of surprising. With some of the stuff I heard. It's not what I was expecting, actually. It's interesting sometimes. I can hear other things that they're saying, but they're not sharing. And I'm glad they didn't go deep, because I think this would have been like a 5-hour discussion. And the deep stuff, or like the next levels, are much more complex about who is God and how is God existed, and how has God been part of our lives, if you will, as humans. And that was really, I wouldn't even know how to begin to explain it, but it was complex, because sometimes when they're talking, they'll show me things. I wouldn't even know how to begin to articulate it as a human being. I'm sure they could have broken it down much easier for us as people to try to understand, but I was just like, oh, please don't go there. Please don't go there. This is really complex. They're right. It's very complex, but it's an interesting topic. So if you're interested, I'm happy to ask if they want to do like a few episode. It's a few messages on this if you're interested in this kind of topic. I'm happy to go deeper if you want. Um, but what I thought was really beautiful was I didn't think about it. We always think about like the big miraculous things, but it is true. It is diverting that car accident and those random people showing up in our lives at just the right point when you're almost at that breaking point or you really need help with something. It is almost like an angel shows up out of nowhere and gets you that job or gives you money when you really desperately need it, because I know I've been in situations like that. So it's really interesting how they were explaining how it works. And I never thought about the term of I knew that connected us to like source energy, but using it in certain ways could amplify certain alarm bells for people who are in a really, like dark, dangerous place of potentially self-harm, and then they send people in to help. And I thought, what a beautiful thing to try to help people when they know they really need help. So it's almost like there's this whole other like spiritual team up there of like, okay, well, we're the help team over here, and we're gonna go deal with this. It's like they're all divided up into groups, kind of like we are here. Okay, well, this is the EMS group, the fire department. It's kind of interesting. So I was fascinated by that. Um, and I didn't think about the other amplification of, well, I'm unworthy, I'm not deserving of a promotion, I'm not deserving of an education, I'm not deserving of better, or I'm not deserving of love. If you keep saying that, you are really amplifying that, and then basically telling God and all the divine that you don't need that. So why are they going to intervene if you as part of being part of God yourself are saying, no, I don't need that. I'm not worthy of it. So they're not going to magically answer one prayer one night. You're going to have to say, I need some help now. I realize I was wrong. Please help me. And help me with this negative self-talk I keep doing, because I don't want to talk to myself like this. I think was kind of the message that they were trying to get through to us. Because I mean, obviously we can't be uplifting every day. It's like if I'm having a hard time, it's okay to say, hey, I'm having a really hard time here. I need some help. I don't know how to get through it. And that's okay. It's all you have to say. And they'll be there. It's like they said, they only show up. They're there, but they show up when we ask. They're not going to invade our space without our consent. So that was beautiful too. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And again, write the word guidance down below as a comment. And any of your other comments are always welcome too, if you would like to participate in winning your own personal rating. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.